Tana, always in some sort of scandal, so it should be no surprise that she had to issue an apology about one of her recent podcast episodes this week. In her podcast episode titled A Formal Apology from Us, canceled episode 28, Tana and Brooke sat down and addressed what the heck went down on their last episode, where people felt they were hyping up doing the nasty with your family members. Yeah, you guys unfortunately heard me right. That's what people were kind of under the impression of after hearing the last episode, since they had a girl on the show who said that she makes OnlyFans videos with her cousin, but it apparently isn't her blood cousin. But it wasn't clarified, in the episode, okay? It was kind of like a, if you know that it's not, but it just sounds like it is. People thought that Tana and Brooke were hyping up this girl who was posting videos like this, and they were calling her like a queen, and then saying that the next generation should look up to her. And people weren't mad that they were hyping up someone posting on OnlyFans. Tana literally has an OnlyFans. People were upset because they thought that they were promoting and condoning and hyping up somebody that posts with their family, and everyone was like, but no, what is this? I did not sign up for this. Let's not normalize this behavior of posting with your family. So they had to apologize, and they wanted to clear up that they were not trying to normalize this and that it was not blood related.
So sorry.
Apology with tears now.
No, don't we owe them an apology or something? Aren't they mad at us?
Oh my God. I completely forgot about that. I mean, read the title. It happens.
Okay. So
we were not trying to normalize. I'm sorry for laughing. That's just not a real sentence.
I do get how it came across that way. But first of all, Stella Berry's cousin is not her blood cousin.
Yes. And so we knew that going into the podcast, that the cousin thing it's not a real cousin.
We're sorry about that.
Yeah, we won't. Well, our next guest will be like a
priest.
Tana did say that she wasn't going to be shaming a guest on camera, and she did want her to feel comfortable sharing what she did on the show, because she was very open with everything that she was sharing.
When you have on like a shocking guest, you want to make them feel comfortable.
Yeah. What if she sat here with us and we were like, ew,
you weird bitch. But I completely understand that. But I do. A little less.
I do admire how open she is. It's not like I disagree. I stand by what I was saying.
I mean, now as for what they're comfortable sharing on the show, Brooke, who honestly is everyone in the comments' favorite person. I say it every single time I talk about Tana's podcast, but each episode, the comments are just filled with people who are obsessed with Brooke and think she is the best part of the whole show. Brooke likes to talk about a certain someone on the show sometimes. Someone her and Tana refer to as Joe. That's not this guy's real name, but she changed it for the show to keep a level of privacy when she talks about her love life. She shared in this episode that Joe told her that he was talking to another girl and he wanted to end things with him and Brooke.
Can we talk about your spiral now? Because I'm pissed. I will just I want to air this out, and I'm gonna try not to.
It's not. I mean, first of all, it's a Joe update, you guys, and I know no one wants to hear about Joe.
But they do. They really do.
Well, it's why are you still talking to Joe? And it's I don't know, guys. But I'm not anymore, because now he's talking to somebody new.
And let me tell you guys, there are some dedicated Joe update fans out there on Twitter. There's a ton of people that constantly beg Tana and they constantly beg Brooke to give them a Joe update, because for as long as they've had this podcast, really, Brooke has given updates on her love life and who she's, hooked up with and stuff, but she has consistently been updating everybody on Joe and what's been going on there. They weren't dating, but they were together. It's like her little friends with benefits type of deal, but with feelings. And it's obviously more intensified when there's feelings, and people have always been wondering who Joe is. They obviously give some sort of detail as to who he is without revealing who it is, and people try to guess all the time, but I don't even know, you guys. I literally don't know. I can't figure it out, even though they gave details away.
I see Joe out, and he's under the impression that we're friends. You know what I mean? And if I just met him out, all of his best friends, I love them. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with him as a friend. And I hate when I air him out on the podcast and he sees me and he's like, yo, what the So I think I should just speak
Yeah.
directly to Joe.
But this is where things get a little crazy and the drama starts to happen because Tana recently started hosting a live show on Spotify. It's basically a live podcast episode or like a radio show, and she can answer fan questions in real time and just be live with her fans like she's on Instagram or something. And during this week's episode, something went down and it did not make Brooke happy in the slightest. Now, I gotta say that this was live and there are like no screen recordings of this or anything that I can find. Like there's literally no receipts that I'm finding on the internet. There's like no trace of evidence that this is something that was said. But the rumor is, well, it's not really a rumor because Tana and Brooke both addressed it at this point, but apparently Tana slipped up while she was on live and revealed who Joe is. And even though she apparently revealed who he is, there's still a ton of people who don't know. Like I said, I don't know. And nobody on the internet seems to have a confident answer when asked what they heard her say. I've heard everything from Jeff Wittick to Zayn to Pauly D. So at this point, I'm just lost. I am just completely lost. And a lot, and I mean a lot of people are saying it's Jeff. But those two have been so close, like Tana and Jeff. I just feel like there's no way it's him because of the way Tana talks about Joe, saying she isn't actually friends with him, but he thinks that she's friends with him. When she sees him out, he's like trying to talk to Tana. And Tana says that she loves Jeff. So I doubt that she would be calling him all these names and saying that he's a terrible person.
Joe, what are you doing? Why? Okay, you have to admit, Joe, that you're being manipulative, that you might be saying one thing, but you're doing another. You're playing with someone's feelings.
I'm not defending
You're 30!
him. I know. No, shh.
Sorry.
But on her podcast is saying that she loves Jeff and is like flirting with Jeff and literally had that clout relationship with Jeff. Like there were those photos of her and Jeff kissing and they were like pretending to be in a relationship for like a week. I just feel like she wouldn't do that to Brooke. But I mean, you know what? Maybe she would because there was that time where Brooke got with like Tana's guy and it was a whole thing. So who knows? Maybe it is Jeff. You guys, I just can't. This whole thing is so ridiculous. Must have been in a silly, goofy mood if it was Jeff, friend swapping mood or something. But I don't know, you guys. Even though Brooke is so mad at Tana for this freaking slip up, nobody knows for sure who it is. But I will say that Brooke was mad enough to say that she was quitting the podcast. She tweeted out, "I quit the canceled podcast," which obviously sent so many people that are fans of the show into a spiral. They were like, "Brooke, you can't do this to us. You can't leave the show." A ton of people think that she is the only reason why the show is alive and thriving and think that she is like the most entertaining part, even though it's Tana's show, which is so funny, but people love her. Tana ended up quote tweeting Brooke and said, "Me too, we're done. Sorry, had a good run." She also replied to someone who joked saying, "Lasted longer than TanaCon, so it's a win." And she said, "True." And the most random things were being tweeted to Brooke, like at Brooke Amber, "Hooking up with Pauly D. I'm so proud of you. Hashtag Tana's toxic tips." And she said, "Wait, what?" She ended the night by confirming what had happened and said, "It should go without say, but if I change someone's name on the podcast, it's for a reason. I want to share, but please just respect boundaries. I love you." So I still don't know who Joe is, but I guess some people do now because of Tana. I know Brooke said that she's quitting, but this is like the millionth time, okay, that she has said that she's wanted to quit, or people have been under the impression that these two are not friends anymore. So I feel like all will maybe not, I mean, it seems like they'll move on and everything will be fine and they'll forgive each other and still do the show. Maybe not forgive, but they can move on. And people love Brooke, like I said, so I think she has to come back. Like people will just beg her and she will just feel like so important that she'll have to come back. I for sure, though, want to know what you guys think about this. And if you guys maybe heard what Tana said and if Brooke will make a return. Do you guys think that she's mad enough to actually quit the show forever? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. I love you guys so much. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.